Activision just bought MLG. Is that what you told me?
Major League Gaming? Yes. Yes, they did.
Well, how did I miss this news? When did this happen?
Today.
Activision bought Major League Gaming.
Yes.
That happened today.
Apparently it happened last week.
Breaking
I only read about it
news.
last night.
Oh, shit.
Somewhat breaking news. I only heard about it today.
But yeah,
Is that significant?
Yes, I think it is. It probably is.
It's significant insofar as
I don't know much
all
about
of their games will be those core things.
I don't know much about
They kind
MLG.
of wanted to. Did they say something like they wanted to make like the ESPN of gaming, basically?
Yeah, that was the quote.
Right.
The only thing I've really seen of MLG is I walked past like an auditorium that was like curtained off at EGX after it happened, and there was just a lone lady just like sweeping away something. I don't know what it was, like glitter or broken
Probably
glass.
Like a monster
Broken
can.
dreams.
There's just stuff all over the floor, and
Bottles
they were
of
like, "You can't
Mountain
come in
Dew."
here."
You can't see the MLG waste.
It was a bit disturbing. So
that is quite interesting, but I guess it's. I mean, obviously they have the financial muscle to do it.
So Activision make a lot of the big esports games.
Yes,
is
but I
this correct?
think the downside is then if it's not owned by a third party, then if it's owned by like an independent body, say, then the kinds of games that get included within, which is seen as being like legit MLG games,
Yeah, it does seem
it's
a bit of a shame
it's
in a
going to
way.
be narrowed down.
Yeah, whereas now it's going to be like
corporate.
all Heroes of the Storm and
Exactly.
Call of Duty.
Exactly. So let's say there's like this
and-
amazing first-person shooter comes out, which everybody thinks is the best thing ever, and Activision don't own it. They're not going to go, yeah, stick it in MLG. They're going to be
there are
going to be
competitors.
wheeling out Call of Duty 6. Zombies.
So what are the
Or
big-
if you happen to be the one who has that game, then you have to basically come crawling to Activision and go, "Oh, please, sir."
Yeah, please, can I pay you millions of pounds?
Do you think we'll see people move away from MLG to a new?
Might be.
Possibly.
Depends on how they decide to work it.
I mean, there are a lot
Work
of
it.
competing. There are a lot of competing scenes that do that kind of stuff. So maybe, but obviously they don't have Activision's ludicrously deep pockets.
Yeah, basically, I think it'll come down to whether or not Activision decides to be dicks about it. And as one of the big three publishers, I'd say the odds of them
Odds
doing that are
fairly
fairly good.
high.
Yeah.
Apparently, they said it will continue as normal, but that's what everyone says when they acquire a new company. So, what are the big esports games? Do Activision pretty much have fingers in the pie?
They don't have League of Legends. League
that
of Legends
mainly
was bought by a Chinese company.
Okay.
Riot.
I did see. I don't know whether you said there was a list that went around recently, which was what are the top earning, games, the top earning like in terms of prize pots.
Yeah.
All the games, obviously, Call of Duty is up there, but League of Legends and Dawn of the Ancients are the top two.
Yeah.
Apparently, the top
margin.
five
Oh, have you got it there?
Dota 2,
League of Legends,
StarCraft 2, Counter-Strike, and Counter-Strike Geo.
Interestingly, Killer Instinct was pretty high on that list. Am I right in thinking Killer Instinct was higher than Street Fighter, or am I wrong?
It might have been. It's Killer Instinct is very much supported by Microsoft because it's
they could well be, yeah.
Microsoft first party game.
So I think Mortal Kombat had pretty significant price pots as well, didn't it?
Whereas
Yeah, let's see on this list.
Street Fighter is now supported a lot by Sony. Like Sony gave them $500,000 last year, and they gave them $500,000 this year.
Okay, so it's
But $500,000 compared to the League of Legends of the world,
it's more.
Oh, apparently, it was the wrong list. This is the 2015 list, which is
Okay.
probably more up to date. Dota 2, League of Legends, Counter-Strike Go, Smite, and StarCraft 2.
Oh, Smite that high up?
Yep.
maybe
Apparently,
I should
2015.
get in on some of that Smite.
Dota 2, though, is a massive gap between Dota 2 and League of Legends.
Is there?
Like, over $20 million.
Oh, right, so let's can I have a quick... I tried Smite. I couldn't really... I didn't play it for long enough, but I it initially didn't grab me enough to want to play it. I kind of didn't really know what was going on while I was playing it, but it's free on Xbox One.
Yeah.
So it's, if it's free, so it's worth a shout. Yeah, that's a massive gap, isn't it? So basically, Dota 2 is massive, and then everything else is not as massive. In terms of tournaments,
it's still pretty insane.
Stat quiz for you. I'm going to keep it.
Not again.
I'm going to keep it to the top 5. So you've got Dota 2, League of Legends, Counter Strike.
I just looked at the list. I don't even know.
Smite and StarCraft 2. Out of all of those games, which has the most amount of tournaments run in a year?
Counter Strike.
Correct. 692 tournaments a year.
That's quite a lot.
Quicker matches.
Smite, even though it's number 4, has got a paltry 37 tournaments, which says to me that it's not really that loved by gamers as a rule.
Yeah, but if you win one of those tournaments,
oh hell
Jesus.
yeah! Then only 37 tournaments isn't really very much at all, is it? Smash Bros for Wii U has 176 tournaments.
Oh yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah, in terms of player base, Counter Strike again, and actually Dota has half the player base that. So Dota 2 has £20 million more in prize pool.
$20 million.
Half the amount of players, only 900 players as opposed to 1,800 players, and the same amount of tournaments.
Only the most elite.
So I think you can sort of surmise from looking at this list who have got insane publisher backing to throw money at the prize pots and who doesn't. And Dota 2 is obviously. Dota 2 is Blizzard, isn't it? So they're pumping everybody's Warcraft submission fees into.
Dota 2 is Valve, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, is it Valve? Is it? Who is?
I have no idea who does Dota 2. I've not paid attention to that game at all.
Blizzard's is called
Heroes of the Storm.
Heroes of the Storm, yeah. Right. Because Activision Blizzard.
Gotcha. Okay. In which case, I apologise.
So it's that
Blizzard,
Valve
you're
money.
not pumping.
No, that's probably why it's insane.
Yeah, people could just kind of think that since the original Dota was Warcraft 3 mod.
Yes.